Uncharted, the new movie from Sony, is now out and available for you guys to go and check out. This is the Uncharted game from PlayStation, created into a live-action film for us all to enjoy. Tom Holland stars as Nathan Drake in this movie, while Mark Wahlberg portrays Sully. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this movie, but let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think of this movie? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. I'm sure there's going to be interesting comments going on and discussions going on about this movie to come in the near future as well. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts right now. Let's get into the Uncharted review. Okay, so Uncharted. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys right now. I've never played the games. I've always owned an Xbox, never owned a PlayStation, so I have never played the Uncharted games ever. I really haven't. So I have no prior knowledge to what Uncharted is. All I have seen was the trailers, and that's it. I've never watched a gameplay, never have spent a single minute about Uncharted at all. All I know is it's an adventure game, and people love it. It's a beloved franchise. So after watching the trailers, I was excited because I love Tom Holland, and I love Mark Wahlberg. So naturally having them two in this movie already piqued my interest. Action, adventure, I'm there. Everything's there, recipes there to make this a great movie for me. I was a bit worried about Mark Wahlberg's casting because in that trailer it just didn't seem like he fit in this whole movie, and it sort of felt like it wasn't an adventure sort of movie. It was more of a spy thriller sort of movie from the trailers. That's what I got from the trailers anyway. So I went in, I've watched it now. What did I think of this movie? I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you guys. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I really like this movie. Take it with a pinch of salt because I've never watched or played Uncharted, so I don't have that prior knowledge, which could be the reason why I like this movie a lot more, because I have seen some reviews of people who love the franchise, love the games, don't really like this movie, and I respect that because they obviously play the game, so I respect that for them it didn't work. For me though, having no prior knowledge, loved it. I think what they did was brilliant. I was skeptical about the whole spy element with them being in the modern city and stuff like that, but that was just a short sort of snippet of the movie, and it really did feel like an adventure movie overall, and I really enjoyed the adventure. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. Yes, there are moments in this movie that you gotta suspend your belief. But that's what you do with these sort of adventure-style movies, is you've got to suspend belief to certain things that happen. So, for instance, in the trailer, when you see Tom Holland hanging from the crates out of the plane, half of the stuff that happens in that is kind of like not realistic. Let's just be honest, it's not realistic at all. But these type of movies, you just got to suspend a bit of belief and go, okay, I'm just going to go into this fantasy land. I'm going to enjoy what I see right now. This isn't like the Fast and Furious where they've started down to earth, reality, grounded right here, right now, and then all of a sudden it's just they're blowing things up in space. It's not like that. This is the first movie, and I enjoyed all that stuff. I think the action sequence was great as well. I think Tom Holland is fantastic in all the action sequences. The chase through Spain, is it through Spain, I believe, was incredible. I really like that, seeing the parkour happen, the whole dynamic of what's going on, who can you trust, who can't you trust, what is money doing to certain people. That seems to be the theme of this movie, is money changes people throughout. And I like that message because we all know money does change people. Like, some people, when they're grounded, they're awesome, and then as soon as they get a little bit of money and become rich, they become assholes. So that's what the full message about this movie really is. As for the characters, I really like Tom Holland's character, Nathan Drake. I really like him. I thought they did a fantastic job having him have that brother in Sam that disappears, and him trying to figure out things. Does he chase his dream of being an adventurer, a treasure hunter, or does he just stay and live a normal life where he just steals bracelets here and there? And I like the struggle he has where he's trying to live up to his brother and try to live up to that promise that they made with each other about finding this particular gold. I like all that, and I like his dynamic with Sully. I was really concerned about Mark Wahlberg's casting choice in this movie. It worked for me I didn't have a problem with it, but then again, I have no prior knowledge to who Sully is as a character, so I can't comment on whether or not he's a perfect casting for that or if it fit. But for me, for what I was watching, I thought Mark Wahlberg did fit in certain areas. There were certain areas where I felt like it was a serious tone, but he was there for a bit of a comedic purpose, which I don't mind in these type of movies. You don't have to always be serious, and I love Mark Wahlberg, and I think his comedic stuff is awesome as well, and I love that stuff. But I like their dynamic and the character growth of Sully and the character growth of Nathan. Those two grew a lot in this movie. A lot. And they were really the only two characters that I really truly cared about. The rest of them I don't really care. The villains themselves, well, they are like villains. I just do not give two shits about at all. I hated them. I absolutely hate them. Could not care. Hated watching them on screen. They were bland and boring, so that I didn't like. The third main cast member of the trio, I guess to say, the girl, I didn't like her character because she didn't progress as a character. She kind of just stayed stagnant. There was a moment where she has her choices to make, and she makes a particular choice that kind of just makes you go, I don't like you as a character because you just have not progressed at all. Like, from the minute we meet her to where she ends up, she did not progress as a character at all. She stayed very stagnant, and I was kind of like, when certain things happen to her along this way, you thought maybe she might change, have a change of heart, but no, she doesn't. So that's pretty shitty. Didn't really care for that. Some of the special effects, you can tell RCG. Like, there's moments where Tom Holland's supposed to be on that, what do they call it, the cargo things out of the plane. You can tell that it's a bit of CGI, but other than that, the special effects are pretty good as well. I can't complain. The cinematography is fantastic, though. Oh my god, that one shot of the beach when the villains are coming up on the beach. Oh my god, that was incredible. I wanted to be at that beach. I really did. That was brilliant. It looked so gorgeous. The coloration looked gorgeous. I'm stunned at how beautiful this film really is. They did a fantastic job with that. The music was great as well. It really captured the scenes and the moments that you were supposed to be in. The story, it's a generic story for a treasure hunting adventure film. It is quite generic when it's at. There's obviously treasure, and you go on this journey to try and find this treasure. The one big criticism I have of this movie, though, is probably going to be there's too many twists and turns that end up becoming predictable. Because there's no growth of characters and they just kind of stay stagnant throughout this film, you kind of see what is coming. So there are certain moments where you're like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and it all does happen because you're just throwing a twist here, twist there, twist there, twist there. Sometimes you can make that work, but when you got so many and it's a repetitive twist, it kind of gets boring. It kind of gets dull and it gets predictable, and you're sitting there and you're like, come on, man, can we not come up with something a bit more creative, maybe? But overall, I enjoyed Uncharted. I want to see a sequel to this movie. I really do. I thoroughly had an absolute entertaining ball with this movie. But I'm interested to know what you guys think, especially you Uncharted fans. I want to know what you guys think of this movie. Did it live up to your expectations, or did it disappoint you? And for the general audience like me who have never played the game, I want to hear what you guys think of Uncharted. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down there as well. Let's get a discussion. Be respectful. And I'll see you guys next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and peace out.